I guess we only have a certain amount of it. How do I manage my time more effectively? Let's start out with a game. What if I were to give you $86,400? $86,400. Yeah, you like this game so far? But there's a catch. You have to spend it all today. Would you be in? Yeah? You'd take that on? Okay, cool. Now, if you don't spend it, you lose it. But don't worry, I'll give you another $86,400 tomorrow. But the catch is you have to spend it all tomorrow. Weird game, right? And it's use it or lose it. Why did I pick that number? 86,400 is the number of seconds in a day, in a 24-hour day. 86,400, and you have to spend all of them today. You can't save any for tomorrow, but don't worry, we'll give you a new 86,400 seconds tomorrow. And the catch is you have to spend them all tomorrow. This isn't even a game, it's reality. And it's not money, it's time. A good friend of mine once asked me, Paul, if you could choose between having more money and having more time, which one would you take? Hands down, time. Why? Because you can make money if you have more time, but time is this weird thing that shows up in an abundance every day. And it's just like the game scenario that I set up. You have to spend it all today. You can't save it. You can't manage it. In fact, the title of this video is about time management, right? I think that's a myth. You can't actually manage it. I think the only thing we can do with time is spend it. And we have to spend it on something. Even if you're doing nothing, well, that's what you're spending your time on. So really, as we talk about time management, I think it's more accurate and maybe more helpful to think about activity or task management. How am I going to spend my time? What am I going to spend it on? What activities or behaviors will I engage in during the time that is given to me on a daily basis? Now, let's dispel another myth, because sometimes we say, oh, I don't have time. That's always a lie. Always. To say you don't have time is denying this game that I just set up for you. Yes, you do. You've got 86,400 seconds every day. You've got exactly the same amount of time as Bill Gates, for example. One of the wealthiest men in the world doesn't have any more time than you do, does he? No. We've all got the same allotment. So it's never true to say I don't have time. It's probably more accurate to say, well, I'm choosing to spend my time on things other than what you're proposing to me. Let's say that a friend calls you and says, hey, would you go to the movies with me? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have time. Yes, you do. You can spend part of your 86,400 on that if you choose. It would be more accurate to say to that friend, oh, I don't value going to the movies with you as much as whatever else I'm spending my time on. But that sounds rude, so nobody says that. And we like to take the shortcut of saying, I don't have time. Well, yes, you do. Now, getting into the time management, we're not going to manage it. We're not going to save it. Where would you keep it if you were able to save time? We are going to spend it. So let's get intentional about what we'll spend it on. I had a mentor once who said, when we bring our activities, what we're spending our time on, into alignment with our core values, we have a right to inner peace. What's really important to you? That's what you'll want to spend your time on. Now, how do we manage those tasks that take up or spend the 86,400 seconds we've been allotted for every day? The only time you can do anything is now. I don't mean right now, because you and I are having a conversation right now. But when you're doing that thing that you promised yourself you would do, what time will it be then? Check your watch. It's always now when you're doing it. That's why I said the only time you can do anything is now. Not right now, so what now? Well, that's a good question. Let's define now. Now has a start time and it has an end time. Both are important. That creates the now. In between the start time and the end time, we have a very specific task or activity, and it's going to cost you part of your daily allotment of 86,400 seconds. So you decide, when is the start time, when is the end time? That's your budget. It's the amount of that time you're going to spend on this activity, the one that is allotted for between those two times. That's how we're going to define now. Instead of telling ourselves, well, I'll do it later, and how's that working out for you, honestly? That kind of a procrastination attitude has you constantly putting things off and you never actually get it done because the only time you can do it is now. So instead of lying to yourself about I'll do it later, I'll do it now. Which now? This now. The one that has a start time and end time and a very specific task in between. That's how I'm going to spend that portion of my seconds. Now, it doesn't have to be today. You can budget for tomorrow or next week or next year. You still create the now. David Allen, author of a book called Getting Things Done, pointed out something that I think is really valuable here. He said, you will carry things on your mind until you take them out of your mind and put them into a system that you trust. Part of the whole time management concept, as we set up these nows, how are we going to keep track of all of the nows? I choose to do that through a Google Calendar. This is a system that I trust. I take it out of my mind, I put it into my Google Calendar, which allows me very conveniently to set up a start time and an end time with a very specific description of what I will be spending my time doing in between. I trust that system. Once I put it into that system, I don't have to carry it on my mind. Think about how you get overwhelmed sometimes, and probably you're watching this video because you've had some issues with time management, right? How you get overwhelmed with all the stuff and how am I going to get it all done, yada, yada, yada. Right, that's because you're carrying it in your mind, and that will gum up really fast. So take it off of your mind, put it into a system that you trust. Tell yourself that you're going to do it now, not right now, but this now. Start time, end time, specific task in between. And then it's off of your mind. And suddenly, not only are you budgeting your 86,400 better, you've also got more peace right now because you don't have to carry all of that stuff that you've already put into the system that you trust. So it's a gift, folks, 86,400 seconds. Let's use them wisely. Use a few of them to share this video with someone that you love.